Today we are going to discuss about the market failure in case of public goods. So it is a part of welfare economics, and we are going to discuss the market failure in case of public goods. So first of all, let's start with the what is market failure. So, in neoclassical economics, the market failure is a situation in which allocation of goods and services by free market is not Pareto efficient, and that leads to net loss of economic value. It means that the market failure arises when the Pareto efficiency condition is not achieved. If Pareto efficiency condition fails in any situation, then market failure arises, and that will leads to the loss of economic value. So market failure can be viewed as when the individual pursuits or the self interest leads to inefficiency in the market upon the social point of view. If uh, we talk about the market failure when it was introduced, so by economist, the market failure was the term used in the year 1958, but the concept was initially used by the philosopher Henry Sidgwick, but economists started using the term market failure from the 1958. So market failure arises due to inefficiency in the distribution of or the allocation of goods and services, or due to non-achievement of Pareto efficiency criteria. Whenever the Pareto efficiency criteria is not achieved, it is called a market failure, and it will leads to the loss of economic value. So mainly market failure arises in case of public goods, in case of time inconsistent preferences. When there is a public goods in the market, then market failure arises. If there is a asymmetric information, if we consumer don't have proper information about the market, then market failure can arises. If there is a non-competitive market, if there is a monopoly in the market, then market failure also arises. uh, Principal agent problem or the externalities. If there is externalities, whether it is a positive externality or negative externalities, then market failure also arises. So market failure can arises in these situations, but in this lecture we are going to talk about the market failure that is associated with the public goods. So if a Pareto efficiency criteria is not met and it will leads to the loss of economic value, then market failure arises. So let's look at the definition of market failure. In the words of J.B. Taylor, any situation in which market doesn't lead to an efficient economic outcome, and in which there is a potential role of government. Any situation of the market which doesn't lead to efficient economic outcome, that means it is failing to achieve the Pareto efficiency criteria, and if there is a role of government, then market failure can arise. And there are three broad sources of market failure. Taylor says there is a three broad sources of market failure, that is the public goods, externalities, and market power like monopoly. So major reason behind the market failure is the public good externalities and market power, that is the emergence of monopolies. Asymmetric information also causes the market failure. So market failure arises due to non-achievement of Pareto efficiency criteria. Whenever there is a problem in achieving the Pareto efficiency criteria, then market failure can arise. So we are going to discuss the market failure in case of public goods. First of all, we are going to look at the types of goods and services that is provided in the economy. There are mainly three types of goods and services that is provided in the economy. First one is the public goods, second is the private goods, and third is the common property resources. And these goods are divided into three categories on the basis of their characteristic and the difference in the nature. So what are the characteristics of the goods and services? Then we will divide according to the characteristic between among these goods. So nature and characteristic of the goods and services is of four types. It can be rivalrous or rival in the consumption. It can be non-rival in the consumption. It can be excludable and non-excludable. So on the basis of these four characteristics, we can divide the goods and services into various kinds. So rival in the consumption, non-rival, excludable and non-excludable. So we are going to discuss these characteristics one by one. The first is rival versus non-rival in consumption. A rival consumption of goods and services says when the availability of the product gets low for a person B, if a person A consume this, it means if A is consuming a product, then it will reduce the consumption for the other person. कि अगर एक कोई किसी गुड्स को कंज्यूम कर रहा है तो वो दूसरे के लिए उसकी कंजम्पशन को अगर रिड्यूस कर दे रहा है, तो दैट मीन्स दैट गुड इज राइवल इन कंजम्पशन. So both person A and B cannot use that product in same quantity. If A is consuming a more amount of goods, then B have the less amount of that good. And mainly in case of private goods, there is a rivalry in nature, that suppose there is a Apple or Pepsi or machinery. If one person is consuming Apple, then the quantity of Apple can be reduced for the other person. If the Pepsi, if we talk about the Pepsi or cold drink any, then if a person is consuming the amount of Pepsi, then it can reduce the amount for the other person. So in case of private goods, there is a rivalry in consumption. So the nature of private goods is rival or rivalrous. So rivalry means when the availability of the product gets low if one person is consuming that product. If one person is consuming, then it will reduce the amount for the other person. कि वो दूसरे के लिए उसकी amount को अगर कम कर देता है, that means that good is rival in consumption. And private goods is in nature, it is rival. Non-rival, it is opposite to rival. Non-rival means if a person is consuming a product but product doesn't get out of the market and it is not reducing the amount for the other person. कि अगर कोई पर्सन एक प्रोडक्ट को कंज्यूम कर रहा है तो वो दूसरे के लिए उसकी अमाउंट को रिड्यूस नहीं कर रहा है, सेम अमाउंट में उसके लिए भी है और दूसरे के लिए भी है. सपोज रोड है, पार्क है, नेशनल सिक्योरिटी है या फिर एयर है, वाटर है, जो फ्रेश एयर मिलता है, सन रेज है, तो वो सारी चीज़ें अगर एक कंज्यूमर कंज्यूम कर रहा है तो दूसरे कंज्यूमर के लिए उसकी अमाउंट कम नहीं होती. So that means it is non-rival in consumption. If a person is consuming a product, then it is not, it doesn't reduce the amount for the other person. That is in case of public goods. So all the public goods are non-rival in nature. Now the third and fourth characteristic is the excludable versus non-excludable. A product is excludable when non-pairs cannot be differentiated from it. When the law of property rights can use as only pairs can use the facility. Excludable means the product is excludable when non-pairs cannot use that product, and law of property right says the use of that product can be used only by the pairs. If I am paying for that product, then I can use. If I am not paying for that product, then I cannot use that product. कि अगर मैं किसी के लिए पे कर रही हूँ तो यूज़ कर सकती हूँ, नहीं तो यूज़ नहीं कर सकती, मैं उसमें से एक्सक्लूड हो जाऊँगी. So suppose any private good like in canteen you are going, there is a sandwich or a pizza. So person A is paying for that product, then A can eat that sandwich or pizza, and B is not paying for that product, then B cannot use. B is excludable from using that product. So if we are going to use by paying the product, and the person is excludable if he or she is not paying for that product, then it is called the excludable characteristic. And mainly the private goods are excludable in nature, because if we are going to use it, then we have to pay the price for it. So private goods in nature are excludable because the person are excluded from the uses or from the consumption if they are not paying for that product. अगर कोई पे नहीं कर रहा है, then they can be excluded, they cannot use the product. Non-excludable is exactly opposite to excludable characteristic. These are the product for which no person can take rights. These are those product, whether I am paying for that, whether we are not paying for that, we can consume that product and nobody can exclude us from the consumption of that product. कि अगर हम पे कर रहे हैं या नहीं कर रहे हैं, कोई उसको सेपरेट नहीं कर सकता, एक्सक्लूड नहीं कर सकता किसी भी कंज्यूमर को, whether they are paying or not paying. सो एनी काइंड ऑफ सपोज रोड्स है या फिर स्ट्रीट लाइट है या ब्रिज है, इसके लिए ज़रूरी नहीं है कि सभी ने पे किया है टैक्स या सभी ने इसके मेंटेनेंस के लिए पैसे दे रहे हैं, बट यूज़ कौन कर रहा है? सभी लोग कर रहे हैं. जिसने नहीं दिया है वो भी कर रहा है, जिसने पे किया था वो भी कर रहा है. तो जिसने पे नहीं किया उसको हम एक्सक्लूड नहीं कर सकते. तो मेनली पब्लिक गुड्स आर नॉन एक्सक्लूडेबल इन नेचर. वट एवर द गवर्नमेंट इज प्रोवाइडिंग द गुड्स, they are non-excludable because government cannot exclude the people those didn't pay for the consumption. So non-excludable goods are those in which no person can be excluded from using that product, whether they paid for that product or not. कि अगर किसी ने उसके लिए पे किया या नहीं किया, बट वी कैन नॉट एक्सक्लूड द कंज्यूमर ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दैट. सो that goods is non-excludable in nature, or public goods are mainly non-excludable in nature. So the four characteristic, on the basis of that characteristic, rivalry, non-rivalry, and excludable, non-excludable, the goods are divided into three categories: uh, public goods, private goods, and common use resources, that is semi-public goods. So public goods, if we talk about the public goods is non-rival in consumption and non-excludable. Public goods are mainly provided by the government, and it is non-rivalry. If one person is consuming, then it doesn't reduce the quantity for the other. And non-excludable, that whether we are paying or not, we cannot exclude it from the consuming that good. Private goods, both rival and excludable. Rivalry says, for the private good we have to pay the price, otherwise we cannot use it. Excludable means if we are not paying the price. Rivalry says, if one person is consuming, then it will reduce the quantity for the other. Excludable, if we are paying for that product, then we can use that product. And common use resources and semi public goods are those goods which is highly rivalry in nature. That means if one person is consuming, then it will reduce the quantity for the other, but it is non excludable. It means it is a rivalry. If one person is consuming, then it will reduce the quantity for the other, but it is non excludable. That means if a person is paying or not paying, we cannot exclude them from using that good. So semi public goods have rivalry in consumption and non excludable. So on the basis of characteristic, the goods are divided into three categories: public goods, private goods, and semi public goods. So in case of public goods, which is non-rival and non-excludable, there is a lack of property rights. There is non-defined property rights. So there arise a situation of market failure. In case of private goods and semi-public goods, market failure doesn't arise. In case of public goods that is provided by the government, market failure arises. Pareto efficiency criteria doesn't met. So now we are going to discuss about the market failure in case of public goods. So public goods are mainly collective consumption goods, and that is the main reason of market failure. Public goods have both the characteristic non-rivalry and non-excludable. Suppose the security service, law and administration services, and other services that are provided by the government. For these services, no matter who is paying for this, but it is available for everyone. Whether we are paying for it or not paying for it, we can consume that good. We can take benefit from that services provided by the government, and in equal quantity. And non-rivalry says a person, non-rivalry virtue of public goods cannot be allocated efficiently. That means if one person is consuming, then it cannot reduce the quantity for the other person, and in this case the efficient allocation of the goods is not possible, because in this case the private benefit gets more than the social benefit, because a person knows that if I am consuming that product, then it will not reduce the quantity for other, then a person consume more and more of that goods. So the private benefit becomes greater than the social benefit. So why are public goods an example of market failure? Pure public goods are not normally provided by the private sector. Pure public goods have two characteristics, that was non-rival and non-excludable, because If the private sector provide these goods, then they can exploit the public by charging high price for the profit maximizing aim. That's why the government provide these type of goods. To do this, it must estimate the social benefit. Whenever the public goods is provided, a social benefits is estimated, but there is a problem arises among the public goods, that is a free rider problem. In case of public goods, there is always a free rider problem arises. What is free rider problem? So because of public goods are non-excludable in nature, we cannot exclude any person from using it, so it is difficult to charge people for benefiting from or goods and services once it is provided. कि जब एक बार प्रोवाइड कर दिया गया है गुड्स, तो ये एक डिफ़िकल्ट टास्क हो जाता है कि हर एक पर्सन से चार्ज किया जाए. सो फ्री राइडर मीन्स सपोज वेदर वी आर पेइंग, कि हम पे कर रहे हैं नहीं कर रहे हैं, एक बार प्रोवाइड कर दिया है गुड्स, तो जो पे कर रहा है वो तो यूज़ कर ही रहा है, लेकिन जो नहीं पे कर रहा है वो भी यूज़ कर रहा है, वो फ्री राइडर है. जिसने पे नहीं किया है और फिर भी यूज़ कर रहा है, दैट पर्सन इज़ अ फ्री राइडर. तो उस फ्री राइडर प्रॉब्लम की वजह से क्या होता है, गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज प्रॉपर तरीके से एलोकेट नहीं हो पाते. सो इट लीड्स टू अंडर प्रोविजन ऑफ द गुड्स, एंड दैट arises the market failure. Because the if Pareto efficiency says there should be optimum provision of goods and services, whatever the society needs, there will be that much quantity of goods and services in provided in the market. But due to free rider problem, under provision of goods leads to market failure. So consumption of public goods is always joint and equal. So Pareto condition says for the public good, the marginal social benefit should be equal to marginal social cost. If you want to make the Pareto efficiency criteria says if MSB equal to MSC, then we achieve the Pareto efficiency criteria. But the characteristic of public goods are such that the economy will not reach a point of Pareto optimality point even in perfectly competitive market. So Pareto efficiency criteria doesn't reach because MSB is not equal to MSC. Because public goods arises a positive externalities. Externalities means if the production and consumption of one person affecting the other person, then it is called the externalities. Public goods always arise the externalities, positive externality. So externality leads to market failure. Now let's look at the free rider problem in detail. Free rider problem occur when there is a good, mainly public goods, that everyone enjoys the benefit of without having to pay for that good. कि अगर सब लोग उस गुड्स को एंजॉय कर रहे हैं और बिना पे किए हुए, सो इस केस में क्या होता है कि फ्री राइडर प्रॉब्लम की बेस्ट एग्जांपल है, सपोज यू हैव अ स्कूटी और बाइक एंड यू आर गोइंग डेली college or a school by your scooty, and your friend is taking lift from you daily, and she is not going to pay, he or she is not going to pay for that ride, and in that case you can call her or him as a free rider, because he or she is getting benefit from that good, but they are not paying for that good. You are getting benefit from that good, but you are paying for the fuel, you are maintaining your bike or scooty. So you are paying for that good, but your friend who is taking lift from you daily and go with you to college or school, then he or she can be called a free rider, because without paying for that good, they are getting benefit from that. So the free rider problem leads to under provision of a good, and because of under provision of goods and services, market failure arise. And mainly market failure arise because of the failure of individuals to reveal their real or true preference, how they are, if whether they want to contribute for the goods or not. So free rider free rider problem is common with the goods which are non-excludable. Mainly non-excludable says whether a person paying or not paying, we cannot exclude from using it. So free rider problem arises due to non-excludability nature, including in case of public goods and tragedy of commons. So free rider problems arises in case of public goods. So we can see a example of free rider problem in case of public goods. Read one every line one by one. When a town wants to construct a vital bridge, suppose a town, in a town, the government wants to construct a bridge, it will ask the employee of the town, people of the town, if they will contribute towards the construction cost. Government will ask whether the people of that town wants to contribute towards the construction. Everyone, then everyone say they will. And they also know, the people also know, that even if they don't contribute individually, other people will contribute enough. Or whether other person contributing or not, the local municipality and the local government will find a way to pay for the bridge, because it is a public good. So whether they will pay, they say they will pay, but they also know that whether if they don't pay, the government or the other people can contribute to construct the bridge. This means that no one will want to contribute. We are saying that we will contribute, but we know, if we know that if we don't pay, then the government can find a way to construct a bridge, or the local government or the other people can contribute. So this means that no one will want to contribute towards the building of the bridge, because they know that even they don't participate in paying for the bridge, someone else will, और द ब्रिज विल गेट बिल्ट एनीवे, कि कैसे ना कैसे ब्रिज बन ही जाएगा, चाहे वो पे करे चाहे नहीं करे। तो इसलिए वो क्या करेंगे, वो पे ही नहीं करेंगे। एंड दैट सिचुएशन लीड्स टू अंडर प्रोडक्शन ऑफ सच गुड्स। सपोज सम पर्सन पेड फॉर दैट कंस्ट्रक्शन, बट मैनी पीपल डजंट पे from that town, but still they know that whether they pay or not, they can use that bridge. So under these situation, the underproduction of such goods arises, कि हम बार बार अगर पे नहीं करेंगे तो ऐसे गुड्स अंडर प्रोड्यूस होने लगेंगी, कि प्रॉपर तरीके से हो सकता है कि वो ब्रिज ना बने, या फिर आगे जाके ऐसी जो गुड्स हैं वो नहीं प्रोवाइड हो सके जितनी हमें चाहिए। So there the government fails to produce the optimum quantity. The situation leads to underproduction of such goods. Since these goods are non-rival, it means they cannot exclude the people from using it whether they paid or not. So because of the non-rivalry in nature, the bridge can be used by any person, whether they are they paid for the construction or not. So free rider problem says the person is using that bridge without paying for the construction cost. That is the free rider problem, and that leads to underproduction of such goods. So free rider problem leads to market failure in case of public goods. Now we are going to discuss the Pareto efficiency criteria in case of public goods. How the Pareto efficiency criteria can be met, but um, what the Pareto efficiency criteria says about the public goods, what conditions will be satisfied, but how public goods is failing to achieve this criteria. So public goods, in case of public goods, Pareto efficiency criteria says if MSB equal to MSC, marginal social benefit, is equal to marginal social cost, then Pareto efficiency criteria can be met. So economy will not reach at the point of Pareto optimality in perfectly competitive market in case of public goods, because the public goods create the positive externality. Externality starts mainly externality, how externality created by public goods. Externality starts when the marginal cost of consuming or producing an additional unit of public goods is zero. It means marginal cost of public good, if an additional unit of public good is producing, then MC is zero, but price of that good charged by the producer above than zero. उसकी मार्जिनल कॉस्ट तो ज़ीरो है उस गुड्स की, लेकिन जो प्राइस चार्ज किया जा रहा है पर्सन से, पीपल से, वो ज़ीरो से ज़्यादा है. And this violates the Pareto welfare maximization criteria because it leads to inequality between the marginal social cost and marginal social benefit. That your cost is zero, but you are charging more than zero, then it leads to inequality between the MSC and MSB. So this is because the benefit of public goods must be provided at a zero marginal social cost. If the cost is zero, then Pareto efficiency criteria says you should charge the zero price from the people. And if the market failed to achieve this criteria, then market fails. So we are going to discuss this by Pareto criteria and market failure with the help of a diagram. On OX axis there is a good X, quantity of good X, and on OY axis we are taking the price of good X. And now in society we take there are two consumer, A and B, and there are good X is provided, public good is provided by the government. So Pareto efficiency condition says when MCX upon MCY, that is equal to MRT, must be equal to MRS. MRS must be equal to MRT. If two goods are produced in the economy, then the MRS of good X, Y for the consumer A and B जो कंज्यूम कर रहा है वो किसके इक्वल होना चाहिए, जो गुड्स प्रोड्यूस कर रहा है उसकी MRT के इक्वल होना चाहिए. So in this case only one good is there, good X is provided by the government, that is a public good. DA, the curve DA is the demand curve of person A, and DB is the demand curve of person B. And through these two people, there are two people only, A and B, so market demand curve is derived by the summation of these two curve DA and DB, that is a vertical summation. So market demand curve sigma D is derived, so sigma D is the market demand curve. Marginal cost curve of good X is this MCX. So the demand curve where demand and supply curve intersect each other, MCX is the supply curve also, because the rising part of marginal cost curve under perfect competition is the supply curve. कि जो सप्लाई कर्व होता है वो परफेक्टली कम्पिटिटिव मार्केट में मार्जिनल कॉस्ट कर्व का जो राइजिंग पोर्शन होता है दैट इज द सप्लाई कर्व. So where demand and supply is intersecting at point E, the price and quantity is determined, equilibrium point is E. That means Pareto efficiency criteria is at point E, the price is OP and quantity is OX. So OX quantity is provided by the government at OP price. But in the market, the price if the Pareto efficiency criteria wants to achieve, then price should be charged OP for the quantity OX. But in this diagram, we can see that the price for the both the consumer A and B is different. Person A is paying OP A amount of price and person B is paying OP B amount of price. So price OP equal to summation of OPA plus OPB, but market failure arise because the both person is not paying the same amount of price. Pareto says that each person should pay the same amount of price for the same quantity. जब quantity same है तो price भी सब दोनों की same होनी चाहिए. बट दोनों की जो प्राइस है, एक तो पी ए कर रहा है, पर्सन ए इज पेइंग मोर देन पर्सन बी. That's why the market failure arise, because the market fails to achieve the Pareto criteria, that the Pareto says the for the same quantity same price should be charged, but the market is charging different price from both consumer. From the person A price is high and person B price is low. So that is the condition of market failure, because both person is paying the different price. So in case of public goods, for the same quantity both person, in this case the marginal social cost and social benefit is different. So MSB and MSC differs, दोनों के इक्वल होने पे ही पैरेटो कंडीशन अचीव हो सकती है, बट यहाँ पे दोनों डिफरेंट है. That's why there is market failure. So in short, we can conclude by some keynotes that the market failure arises due to non-achievement of Pareto efficiency criteria, that leads to under provision of goods and services, and market failure arises mainly in case of public goods which are in nature non-rival and non-excludable. And non-excludable character of public goods arises a problem of free rider problem, and due to free rider problem there is a problem of under provision of goods and services. कि फ्री राइडर प्रॉब्लम की वजह से पॉजिटिव एक्सटर्नैलिटी क्रिएट होती है, और दैट विल लीड्स टू under provision of goods and services, and it means that the Pareto efficiency criteria is doesn't met, because Pareto says there should be optimum amount of goods and services in the society. So due to these reason the market fails in case of public goods. And In case of public goods, there is no property rights. Rights are not properly defined. So due to lack of property rights, non-defined property rights, the market fails to achieve the Pareto efficiency criteria, and goods are not properly um, allocated and properly distributed in the society due to market failure. So it was all about the market failure in case of public goods. Thank you so much.